My name is Matt Crary. I came to think I was a lost cause, homeless, and living on the streets. But then I learned something and insisted on going back to college. I'm deaf. A girl taught me sign language, making it possible. What I learned is that after World War II, in which my father was a naval officer and a lieutenant, we came to believe that the representations of World War II from Hollywood were all allied and into our interests. Images like this of Marlon Brando, dressed as a Nazi, were assumed to be innocent of any kind of intent to operate from Hollywood. And Hollywood's master, Ronald Reagan, was allowed with impunity to lay a wreath at Bitburg Belsen Gestapo Cemetery. What gives? What are we actually seeing when we look at my father's obituary and find on the back that they talk about the German Green Party? He loathed Germany for what they did in World War II. What are we seeing in Axis-related Hollywood from Japan when comedians like Charlie Chaplin don the Hitler outfits but have an alternative purpose, such as what happened in Dealey Plaza to JFK? What are we actually seeing when 911 shows up backwards in a laughing storyline from Japanese cinema, and people like Larry Flynn act as though 911 was fulfillment of a protective idea over the AIDS victims? What are we laughing exactly at, and who are we laughing exactly at? When Reagan's images from cinema made with the men who built the Burning Cross for the KKK have the U.S. over the swastika, next to a bust of Hitler and Errol Flynn, who lived in, where Houdini lived in Zappa and Laurel Canyon. And so he was known to have met with the Gestapo. What are we seeing when a partnership between King Crimson and Midori and Two Virgins Pussy Bowl is used to cover for the murder of my father? And the people who engineered an AIDS war game and the symbol of C in the Star of David, when we're told to trust Peter Gabriel, representing attackers and assassins, when we're told to believe that the Confederate flag stands for black people now, and some say always did, when they use a deaf mulatto who was subjected to a nerve agent in the facial nerve for a war game on Mount Desert Island. And what are we seeing when we see who they chose as their sacrificial object lessons?